I remember years ago, I was just a young man. I had visions of a beautiful society. I thought all people wanted it. They just didn't know how to put it together to achieve it. And as I grew up into manhood and finally had an understanding of what it was all about, I believed that I could carry the message forward about love in such a way that people would accept it and would be willing to do the things that would bring us peace and prosperity and freedom. I had no doubt about it. I used to see people, poor people especially, and I would see how they would take stuff, poor housing or no housing, sleep on the street. I couldn't understand how they could just accept this and take it as men, adults. Food shortages, not able to go to school. I knew these things existed, but I couldn't understand why people would just take it. So my voice was to come along and make it easier for them to be able to do what they needed to do, but found some reason not to. Wow. It's easy to think about stuff like that. It's very complicated to cause it to happen, especially when you can't do it alone. I had believed that people who went to church, I knew they didn't actually represent God outside of the church, but I know they weren't as bad as they could be. So they must be on the right track. And when it came down to suffering, when the voice came around that lifted up the truth in such a way, they would join on. So when I came along with the truth, I found out that I really was alone. No matter what part of the country I went into, I found out that the sentiment about change was the same. People fear change. And so when I really realized that in order for people to be powerful in moving for change, they had to really know the truth. And to know the truth means that you wouldn't be accepted. That in order for you to be accepted, the masses would have to engage the truth and accept it. And so I decided that what I would do is that I would still speak out for people who suffered. I would try to make sure that I understood. So for a person who was without employment, I would say they should go and do certain things in order to gain that employment. And if they couldn't find any employment anywhere, then they should go to their leadership and tell them their situation and look for them working with you to fix it. And that is across the board. Everybody who find themselves in a situation that they can't fix themselves, go to the leadership. So I put myself in a position. My house need work. I can't afford to fix it. My car break down. I can't afford to fix it. My yard needs care. I can't do that because I'm trying to do something else and things just breaking down. And I'm supposed to be able to represent what I'm telling other folks to do. So I do. But I don't ask other folks to do it because I'm free and they are not. And I know that if you're going to really be serious, they will kill you. You've heard me say this oftentimes. And so when I commit crimes, whatever my acts are that would get me in jail, I only do it to show the people that I'm real. And hopefully that it would encourage them to at least give me an ear. If I do something that caused me to go to prison, it's to say to the people that I'm real. I didn't ask you to do it because I wouldn't ask you to put your life on the line. What I'm speaking to you about is not, to you, is not worthy for you to put your life on the line. You don't understand it like that. I do. But I'm letting you know that I understand it like this. So if you listen to me, if you can understand or try to understand, maybe we can fix the situation. At least that's my hope. But if you don't listen to me, then I'll just serve the time, because I want you to know in time that I was on time. And so I've done this. And I have achieved really a knowledge and understanding that that's about all I can do. Stand up for what's right. And the reason that I'm still alive is because you, the people, have ignored me. The media has given me no attention. I don't care how much I tell you, you don't have to worry about your food, your clothing, your shelter, your education, your health care, your transportation, the benefits of the infrastructure. I don't care how much I tell you that that is right before your eyes. I don't care how much I tell you that the proposal has already been laid down. I don't care how much I ask you to just listen and observe it. The media is not going to tell you about it. And if I tell you about it, you're going to hear maybe yourselves, and it's going to sound so crazy to you compared to the way that things are in the world. You're going to say, how in the world could that happen? And so you just ignore it. And so it gets nowhere. And yet it's what you're praying for. Every time you get on your knees and pray, you're asking God to help you in your housing, or to help you in your job, or to help you in your education, or to help you with your lack of finance, or to help you with your health, or and and everything we mentioned is in your hands to fix. But you're waiting for a miracle, somebody to come and do it for you, and it's not going to happen. But there are those that will come and take you straight to hell. And if you think I'm lying, look at what's going on in America today. Now it's not in hell yet, but you look over there what Russia is engaging in with Ukrainians. That's hell. And wherever else people are being bombed and murdered and killed like that, that's pure hell. Now, that in the midst of all that, there are really wonderful, good people caught up in the midst of all of that. Just as if it happened here, there are good people caught up in the midst of all of that. But it doesn't matter that you are good. Your goodness was not good enough. Your goodness have to be bigger than just you. Your goodness have to be bigger than just your moment. Your goodness have to grow. Your goodness have to reach out to others. Your goodness must spread like the sun. It doesn't stay in one spot. It reaches the whole earth. And so your goodness is to be just like that. Now, I don't really know what it's all about when it comes down to you having to die because you shine so bright. You could think or imagine that that's just the twinkling of an eye to take you to a higher level of life. I don't know about any of that. All I do know is that when you know the truth and walk according to the truth, you're going to experience not only some rough times, but some beautiful times. And your beautiful times are going to come in the midst of your rough times, because the rough times are the way the others are going to see it. They're going to see it as rough times. And that's what it's for, to push them away from it. But you will be experiencing the best times, to let you know it is the thing to do. And that comes from the power that the world can't give you and the world can't take away. So I just want to leave that with you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it means something. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.